Okay, so I lied. That was not problem 6. That was problem 7. Problem 6 looks like this. We have f of x equals negative log of 5x minus 1. Okay, so your parent logarithm, let's go back to that original page, looks like this. It's your parent logarithm. Now, if it is a negative before the beginning, and you can see this here, that this is your a is essentially negative, you're going to flip over the y-axis. So you can see this. We're going to flip over the x-axis. We're going to flip over the x-axis. So it's flipped up, it flips down. And how are we going to shift here? We are shifting 3 up and 4 up. So, excuse me right here for this one. So your original logarithmic equation okay, assuming your asymptote is going to be x equals 0. This time, your original logarithmic equation looks something like this, right? So because it's negative, we know it's going to flip. It's also going to shift right here to the right, because that is to the right. Your h is to the right. So it's going to go more like this somehow. So we're going to flip over the x-axis, and we know that because of the a being negative right there. So you first want to try to find your vertical asymptote. So you ask yourself, where is this impossible? And it is impossible to have a log of 0. So you do not want that to be 0. That's impossible. So you set x minus 1 equals 0, and we find that your vertical asymptote here is going to be x equals 0. So we're going to pop that in right off the bat. Excuse me, not 0. Ooh, it's getting late. I'm making mistakes. It's plus 1, and therefore x equals 1, and that's your vertical asymptote. So at 1, you're going to put your vertical line. That's your boundary point. Okay, the other two things you want to do is I'm going to now take that 1, and I'm going to go x minus 1 equals 1 to get a couple intercept points going on here. And I'm going to add 1, x equals 2. So I'm going to start my chart, xy at x equals 2. Color code this here. I put a 2 there. Got it. And I have negative log of 5, and I'm going to have 2 minus 1. And negative log of 5 of 1. Now remember, log of 1 is 0. So that just becomes 0. So at 2, y is 0, so it's our intercept point. And now I'm going to go to the right of it, and I'm going to use the base here to get me that right point. That will be easy to use. So I have x minus 1 equals 5, plus 1, x equals 6. Now I do the negative log of 5, parentheses 6 minus 1, negative log of 5. 5, remember, when the base and the log is the same, that simply becomes 1, but there's a negative in front of it, so it becomes negative 1. So at 6, it's going to be negative 1. And I already know that my parent is being flipped over the x-axis because of that negative sign. So your final product is going to look something like this.